That's it, to be honest. The rest
Today,
of the two
hello everyone,
major
and
beliefs, that
Quinn.
is,
Today we're talking about religious beliefs, the belief system, with the three cornerstones that, like, the three strongest beliefs that everybody evolves around, or at least the most people, in Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, which in where we live in our where we are, Christianity is the most common thing we hear and learn, and we see people around us. But first, I'm gonna talk about Islam that went to Southeast Asia. First, by the way, they first got there by Muslim traders along the main trade route between Asia and the Far East. Then was further spread by Sufi orders, and finally by the expansion of territories over converted rulers and their communities. So basically, they took one spot, and as people traded and rulers came and the communities came and people got more expansion of territory, the religion passed. When people take over the territory, they bring in everything that's theirs, and that includes their religion. And they brought it in. And they had empires, a number of empires over the years. And two I'm going to talk about today was the Spanish Mayas and the Abbasid Caliphate. And the Abbasid Caliphate came before the Spanish Umayyads. This and the Caliphate was the second major Islamic dynasty and one of the longest in power between the years of 750 and 1258. During the second half of their rule, the Abbasid Caliphates were rulers in name only, having become the puppets of their princely states such as the Umayyads and the Samanids, and many more. And then when you get to the Spanish Umayyads, who were taken over by the Abbasid after their conquest, making the Spanish flee. The Spanish flee after, after that, in 756, 1031, is when their period was around, like the time period they were there. And there were two main sections within Islam, the Sunni and Shia, agree on most of the fundamental beliefs and practices of Islam. Basically, these two groups were basically teaching you the fundamental of the game or the religion and how everything goes. There was a bitter split between the two, goes back some 14 centuries. They divided They divided or originated with the dispute over who should succeed the Prophet Muhammad, who was the leader of the Islamic faith. And Muhammad introduced the Islamic faith. He introduced it as being a leader of it. And now we get to Judaism, who is similar to Christianity, but as I can say, they're more in depth into it. Like, their rules, some of their rules are different, and what they believe are different. How you should act is different. Within Christianity, Judaism is one of those things where you wear certain things and you have to act a certain way. And Christianity is basically a free religion where everybody comes in their own way and does what's followed. But if you do mess up, it's like people choose to mess up and they are forgiven by prayer. But in Judaism, it's like you mess up It had to be an accident. You can't just do it. You have to follow what they say and what's given. And that's the way it is in Judaism. And that's just the way religions are across the world. Different thing.